Hey guys, welcome to my channel, Be Perfectly Blended. If you've been here before, thanks so much for coming back. And if this is your first time, thanks so much for clicking on. In today's video, I'm going to start by running to Winco real quick. I need to pick up a few things for dinner. I'm going to make a fish salmon dish, and I'm using this puff pastry to go with it. Super good. But before I make dinner, I'm going to deep clean my bathroom. Thanks so much for coming along with me. So here's what my bathroom's looking like. It's not terrible, but everything does need to be wiped down and things need to be put in their place. So I'm going to start by putting my husband's shower shoes away. And then I am really just spraying down this sink, literally with the Windex, because all I'm doing is taking this cloth and wiping it out real quick, because I'm actually going to fill this sink up with warm water and add some of my cleaner to it to dilute it just a little bit. And I'm going to use that with another rag to wipe down my bathroom. So this is what I'm putting into my water. It smells so super good. And then this is the washcloth I originally used, so I just put that into the laundry. And here's the rag I'm using to clean my bathroom. So I'm going to start here by just giving my vanity, my sink area, a nice little wipe down. Once I finished wiping down the vanity, I decided to come over here and spray down my shower and bathtub. That way the cleaner can sit for a little while and do what it needs to do, and then I could come back and scrub it out. So yeah, just giving it a quick spray down real quick. And now I'm moving on to my toilet. Same thing, just giving it a nice little spray. I just used good old-fashioned bleach in my toilet bowl this time and scrubbed it with my toilet bowl brush. I cannot find my wand for my disposable, so I may need to just have to buy a new wand. Anyways, and I did let my toilet bowl brush dry for a little while here, and I went over to the shelf that's to the right, but for some reason I must not have pressed record, so I didn't get that, wiping that down. So once my toilet bowl brush was dry, I put it away. I did put a splash of the other cleaner inside once I did flush the bleach out, so I didn't mix the chemicals together. Once I was done with the toilet, I came over here and wiped down the side of this bathtub, and right along here where I have the caulking edge, it can get like a dust buildup, so I gave that a nice wipe. And yeah, back to the sink area. I did dip my rag back in my diluted cleaner over here and wring it out, and now I'm over just wiping down the shower stall and bathtub, giving it a nice wipe down. I know I have mentioned this in previous videos, but I just absolutely love the smell of bleach. It just smells so good, and right now my bathroom is just smelling so nice and fresh. Next, I'm up here just dusting these shelves. I have different products up here mainly for my hair and my son's hair. So, yep, just put some on one side and dusted, and moved them to the other side and dusted them as well. And then the last thing I need to do over here to the vanity is wipe down my mirror. Finally, I'm going to finish by just wiping down my floor. I rinsed out my rag and then dipped it back in my back in the sink with the warm water and the cleaning solution, and gave it a nice wring out, and just went and wiped myself literally out of the bathroom. So here's what she's looking like, smelling nice and fresh. Once the floor was dry, I went ahead and put everything back. And yeah, now it'll be time to start dinner. While I was prepping dinner, my grandson was over here in his high chair coloring. He's really into coloring right now, which works out great for me. So here's what I'm making. I am using this salmon that I bought from Winco, And then I use this spinach, which I put in this pan here with the cream cheese. I'm going to fry some corn there in the back and make some of these red potatoes. I'm going to cut them up. So I'm going to start by peeling the potatoes. I did wash them and pat them dry. I don't peel all the skin off. I leave a little bit on. And then I'm going to go ahead and cut them up into cubes. I would cut them into larger cubes because it is dinner. And I don't know, I feel like dinner potatoes are a little larger than breakfast potatoes. But my oldest just really prefers them to be smaller. He says they just cook differently. So anyways, here I am just cutting them up into small little cubes. I promise you, if there's one thing you got to look out for in this house, it is a ball. Any kind of ball. Football, baseball, basketball, soccer ball. Anyways. Here I'm just warming up the oil for the potatoes and spraying down my pan, which is very important to do so that when you lay the dough down, it doesn't stick or burn. I am placing this block of cream cheese into this skillet on the back burner that's on medium. I have no graceful way of doing this. It's always so to me to get the cream cheese out. Anyways, once that's done, I went ahead and added the potatoes to the oil now that the oil is ready. And then I'm going to season my potatoes with my typical seasonings that I use, which is black pepper, seasoning, salt, garlic, and onion powder, and this Nashville seasoning that we've really been enjoying. And it's about this time that my grandson was pretty much overcoloring. It lasted a really, really long time, so I was blessed by that. And back here seasoning my cream cheese with some Old Bay, garlic powder, onion powder, and a little bit of seasoning salt. I preheated my oven to 375. And now I'm over here, I rinsed my spinach. And I really do like this spinach, but sometimes the stems are a little long. So here I'm just picking off as many of the longer stems as I can see. After I stirred up my potatoes, I did go ahead and turn them down a little bit. Don't you love it when your kids come in for a snack right as you're cooking dinner? So fun. Anyways, now I'm just going to take, so there's 2 sheets that come in this one pack. So I take the first sheet and just lay it down, and you can manipulate it so you have set this out on the counter to let it not defrost because you keep it in the fridge, but become a little more soft so you can manipulate it, and you just stretch and pull it out like that. Now I just add my greens, or my spinach, excuse me, to the cream cheese. You just can add it about half and then mix it in because the spinach will cook down really fast. And then the other half, and this is what it looks like. So just don't walk away, just mix it as you're standing there all together. Now here's the seasonings. I'm going to go ahead and use these to season my fish once I pat it dry. And I'm just going to go, I just went ahead and placed my fish right on top of the pastry and added my seasonings. That way your pastry has a hint of the seasoning as well. Once you season your fish, you just go ahead and pour the cream cheese mixture over the top and spread it out as evenly as you can. Once you spread it out evenly, I went ahead and just freshened up, just added a little bit of extra seasoning over the top, nothing major. And then depending on how much you like the puff pastry, you can either trim the sides a little bit, or you can do as I'm doing, which I am laying the next puff pastry over the top, and then I kind of roll the sides or pinch the sides together. I also did add some butter to the skillet here in the back because I am going to fry the corn here as soon as I put the fish in the oven. Whenever I fry corn, I normally just use salt and pepper, but in this case, I'm also going to add the Old Bay just to kind of tie in with all the other seasonings. It's super good. Once I mix it all together, I just let it go and do its thing. I do fry the corn on in between medium and high, and you do need to keep an eye on it, just stirring it occasionally, and it'll kind of caramelize, and that's when you know it's done. All right, the corn is looking good and the fish is done. It was in the oven for about 30 minutes at 375. I also add a little cheese on top and then pop it back in just long enough for the cheese to crisp. You can hear my grandson in the background. He's pretty hungry saying, "Bite, bite." But I had to go change, take my sweatshirt off, put this t-shirt on. It was getting really warm in the kitchen here. Anyways, the dinner is done. Smells good, looks good. Dinner was really, really good. Turned out great. I want to thank you so much for coming along with me today. Please feel free to comment, like, and subscribe. Did I mention watch out for balls in this house? And I hope to see you in the next one. Thanks so much for watching.